till that time, Mansi, will you able to explain me what we mean by uh, mutually exclusive and exhaustive event, which I had just delivered in previous session? Can you explain that both the events, mutually exclusive and exhaustive, with one of the suitable example, Mansi? Mansi, are you there? Might be he's not there. She's not there. Yasin. Yes, Yasin. I'm sure you will able to help me for both that mutual exclusive and exhaustive events. So
Yes, sir.
yes, please. Can you give me one of the suitable example for mutually exclusive as well as exhaustive events?
Yes, sir.
Okay, better.
Exhaustive events. Okay, mutually exclusive events, like set of events are said to be mutually exclusive event. Like if the
Okay.
occurrence of both the output cannot occur together. For example, like the probability of tossing a coin, we cannot get probability head and tail at the same time. So this is called
Okay.
mutually exclusive event.
Okay.
And for exhaustive events, like I can say like there's a dice, okay? So
Hmm.
the total sample will be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, okay? And probability of getting greater or equal to 4 will be like the set in the set there will be 4, 5, 6, okay? And probability of less or equal to 4 will be 1, 2, 3, 4, okay? And like A union B will be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So this is what we call exhaustive events.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you, Yasin. For the mutually exclusive event, we need to take care that A intersection B, the intersection of both the events, the intersection of the favorable cases for both that event must be null set. And for the exhaustive events, we are concerned with the union of both that events must lead us towards all simple space. Good. So now I'm ready with my today's presentation. I'm gonna share window with you. Wait, yes, here it is. Okay, Mansi, now might be you are in position to talk with me. Mansi, can you tell me what's visible over your screen right now? Are you able to view my screen, Mansi?
Yes, sir. Mutually exclusive event topic.
Good, good. Thank you. Wait, okay. Sorry, Mansi, but I need to change that duty to need to alter the duty with one of the other because there is a lots of disturbance from your side. It's totally okay. We will continue with you from next lab. But for today's session, I am gonna assign this lab representative duty to who is willingly ready for that. Yasin, are you okay with that duty?
Sir, actually, I'm not in India. I'm in my country, so like it will be difficult for me because I don't have anyone's number in the
It's okay. It's okay. Let me assign that duty to Aditya Jha. Aditya Jha, am I audible to you? Aditya, kindly unmute your
Yes,
mic
sir.
and talk to me. So you are the lab representative of this particular lab, and you will let me know if there is any issue or any disturbance from my side, or if I'm not audible in between the lecture, then you will unmute your
O-
mic and will talk to me. Okay, that's your
Okay, sir.
duty for this particular lab. Thank you. Now let me continue with today's slide. Before going further, let's recall some of the important topic of the previous session. We've just gone through only one lab in previous week because our first lab was with lots of disturbance. So let us take a recall. As just Yasin described about the mutually exclusive and exhaustive events. For the exclusive event, we are taking care for the intersection. The intersection of favorable cases of both that event must be null set. For the exhaustive event, the union of the favorable cases for both that event must lead us towards the whole sample space. And mostly we guys will be dealing with mutually exclusive as well as exhaustive events. For example, rolling a die, and let me define two events: event A getting even number, event B getting odd number. Both that events, namely A and B, then both that events are mutually exclusive as well as exhaustive, as we just discussed before this. Then equally likely event, it's okay. Yes, the last slide was, we were talking about the definition of probability, might be. Before going for the definition of probability, we should have its range. We all know that the probability of anything will be minimum 0 and maximum value of that will be 1 only. So the range of probability is actually the closed interval 0 to 1. Closed interval means it can be 0, it can be 1, or in other cases, it will lie between 0 and 1. It's not possible that a probability is less than 0, that means negative, ho hi nahi sakta. Probability is having value greater than 1, impossible. So if our event is impossible event, then probability will be 0. And if our event is certain event, then probability will be 1. In the rest of all the cases, it will lie between 0 and 1. So probability of an event is actually the measure we are assigning to that event, and it is denoted by P of E, because right now I had labeled my event as event E. That is just a notation. It's quite possible that I'm going to label my event as event A. Then probability of that particular will be denoted by P of A. P of A is a probability of event A. Wait. What's the issue with this? Just a minute. Okay, good. So P of A is a notation for the probability for the event A, occurrence of event A. Now, it will have maximum value +1, minimum it will have value 0. So this is a range for the probability of any of the event. Okay, and this was the definition we had gone through in previous session. Probability of an event is literally equals to number of favorable cases divided by total number of outcomes in that sample space regarding to that event. And in this slide, I had just mentioned it by M divided by N. Don't worry about that notation. It's quite possible that we are using a different kind of notations instead of M and N. It's okay. Right now, in this case, by M, I'm talking about number of favorable cases for event A, number of favorable cases from the sample space. Okay, and by N, I mean to say that the total number of outcomes related to that event. As we just discussed, that probability will have the range from 0 to 1, and we need to note some of the important things also, that P of A plus P of A dash. What is A dash? First of all, if I'm labeling my event as event A, then its complementary event will be known as A dash. Complementary event. Suppose I'm tossing a coin and labeling event A is a getting tail. Then getting tail will be complementary. If I'm throwing a die and my event A is getting an even number, then not getting an even number, that means getting an odd number, will be labeled as its complementary event. So A and A dash both are complementary events. and probability of A and A dash, addition of both that probability will always be 1. If probability of an event is 0, that means that event is impossible event. That means that event does not gonna occur. Now, let's take a view on the classical definition of probability. What it says in this slide, I will just use the different notations for the variable cases and total number of cases. So we're not worried about the notation. Take care. If there are m total outcomes in sample space, earlier I had used n number of total outcomes. Now I'm using m total outcomes in the sample space, and all that outcomes are equally likely. All that outcomes are equally likely. That means possibility of occurrence of any of that is equal. When I'm tossing a coin, a probability event, when I'm tossing a coin, event getting a head and event of getting a tail, both these are equally likely event because both that are having same possibility, same probability, that is 1/2. Okay, in such a way that there are m possible outcomes for my sample space and all that are equally likely, then the probability of observing an event that contains S favorable outcomes will be S by M, because right now I'm using number of favorable outcomes as a S. I'm denoting number of favorable outcome as a S and number of total outcomes as a M. It says the same, P of A, number of A, that means favorable outcome related to event A, and total outcomes in a sample space. Some of the axioms related to probability, some of the conditions which always be followed. What are that? Suppose there is an event belongs to a sample space S, then probability of that particular event A is probability of event A which satisfy the following axioms, and then probability of that event will satisfy the following conditions. First, that is non-negativity, which we had already discussed, that probability of any event will never be negative. Certainty, probability related to the whole sample space will always lead us towards 1. And if there are two events, A and B, and both that events are mutually exclusive, then probability of occurrence of both that events together, P of A intersection B, means probability of occurrence of both that events together. In this chapter, when I'm using intersection, that intersection means intersection that particular is related to the word and if I'm using union, it will be associated with the word or. So take care for both that. If I'm using this notation, P of A intersection B, that means I'm discussing that probability of event A and B. That probability that event A and B both are going to occur together will be 0 because both that events are mutually exclusive, and as per the definition, there will be no common portion in the variable cases related to A and B. So probability will lead us towards 0 if both that events are mutually exclusive. And one more thing we would like to add over here, if variable cases for event A and B, both that will be sets. If that particular set A is a subset of set B, then probability of event A will be less than equals to probability of B. That is quite obvious. It is very, very easy to understand. I'm not going to explain that now. Before going for basic examples related to probability, we are supposed to clear some of the basic fundamental results, some of the important theorems related to probability, which are very, very basic. So let me lead towards that. Theorems of probability. First, probability of A union B. Now, take care. A union B, that means A or B, probability of occurrence of event A or event B is literally equals to P of A plus P of B minus P of A intersection B. By observing this particular, it might lead you guys towards high school or 11th, 12th, that we were habituated to deal with one of the formula like this, according to the cardinality of set A. Number of A union B is equals to number of A plus number of B minus number of A intersection B. Is it? We are familiar with this particular formula. This formula belongs to a set theory. Let me give you one of the diagrams so it will be very, very clear to all of you. Set A, set B, and this portion is known as the intersection B. So that formula was for the cardinality of set. That means number of element that particular set is having. By the word cardinality, I mean number of element that set is having. Now, this formula is also true for the probability. If we are looking for the probability of happening one of the event from A and B, A or B, then what we need to add? We need to add probability of set A. Yes, probability of set A, probability of set B. I'm adding both that right now. Now, by addition, I'm repeating one of the portion twice. Look, observe this. This portion, A intersection B, will be counted twice. Once in P of A, once in P of B, but I need it. So I have to subtract that particular once from the formula, which will give me probability of A union B. So probability of occurrence of A or B is P of A plus P of B minus P of A intersection B. And same formula, we can extend up to 3 sets also. P of A union B union C. We were having that formula for the cardinality of set A, cardinality of A union B union C. Can anyone will able to help me? What was the formula for in a set theory regarding to A union B union C? If I'm having 3 sets, A, B, and C, and if I wish to find number of A union B union C, then we were having one of the formula. Can you help me for that? Any of you? Aditya or to Tushar Sina? Are you there, Tushar? Unmute your mic and talk to me. Okay, might be Tushar is not there. Nikita, will you help me? Number of A union B union C. Cardinality of A union B union C.
Hello, sir.
Yes, this formula is for 2 sets, A and B. This Venn diagram is regarding to the A union B. Now I am talking about 3 different sets, A, B, and C. And if we wish to find union set of that 3, then regarding to its cardinality, we were having one of the formula. Can you give me that formula, beta? Nikita?
Yes, sir.
Yes, beta, please help me.
I don't remember, sir.
Okay, let me help you. Number of A plus number of B plus number of C. Is it fine?
Yes, sir.
Are we done, or we need to add or subtract some of the things? Any other from the audience? Yashang, क्या आपको याद है वो फॉर्मूला बेटा? यशांग? Okay. Mansi, if there is no disturbance from your side, then please unmute your mic and talk to me. Mansi. She was having some of the issue with her mic. Mansi.
Yes, sir.
Mansi, it's No, beta, there is a lots of disturbance from your side, so it's okay. Let me check the chat box if you had replied something. Okay, yes, I don't know. Any other?
Sir, can you draw the Venn diagram of it?
Yes, why not? Let me give you the formula also and Venn diagram also. Now observe. P of A union B union C, probability of occurrence of event A or B or C will be P of A plus P of B. I need to subtract three intersection part AB, BC and AC. And by subtracting that three, that portion, which is exactly in the center, will be not present in that particular. So I need to add that. So that is P of A intersection B intersection C that I'm adding at the last. So that was the formula. Instead of P, if you observe N, the number of A union B union C was number of A plus number of B plus number of C minus number of A intersection B, number of B intersection C, number of A intersection C plus number of A intersection B intersection C. Now that formula is also true for the probability. Instead of cardinality, if we talk about probability, it will be same. Why I'm separating this three intersections and I have to add this A intersection B intersection C. The reason is that what we are looking for A union B union C. That means I'm interested in this set. जहां पे मैंने outline किए देखिए, we are interested in this. This particular is A union B union C. Now, by adding this 3 P of A plus P of B plus P of C, I had already overlapped this particular A intersection B. I had counted that twice, as well as counted A intersection C twice, as well as counted B intersection C, that portion twice. So I'm subtracting that 3 once. अगर मैं इन तीनों को subtract कर दूं, then this portion will be not there, that center portion, and we are interested in that also. So that portion is actually A intersection B intersection C, which we need to add. So plus P of A intersection B intersection C. So this formula will help us to find probability of occurrence of any of that three event, whether A or B or C. And if we wish to find, even if we wish to find probability of occurrence of that three event at a time, then we will also take help of this particular. So both these are basic theorems related to A union B and A union B union C. Okay, moving for, okay, if there is any issue regarding to this, then kindly unmute your mic and talk to me if there is any issue. Are we good? This is quite basic. We have learned this particular in high schools also. Okay, good. So moving further, this belongs to De Morgan's rule. Probability of intersection of complements is equals to probability of complement of union. Now, before going to explain this, I would like to recall the De Morgan's rule. In set theory, you guys have learned De Morgan's rule that says something like that. Where's my pen? Yes, here it is. De Morgan's rule for the set theory was something like this. There were two rules, first, second. If we're talking about two sets A and B, then De Morgan's rule says that complement of unions of both that set is equals to intersection of complements. And the second rule was the complement of intersection is equals to union of complements. Both that rules were known as De Morgan's rule, and in our 12th, we proved this particular statement using examples, using Venn diagrams, using logical arguments also. Now, this is also true in a set theory. sorry, in our probability also. Observe this. Observe both that statement. Probability of A dash intersection B dash. Now, don't worry about any of this. Just observe the last one. Forget about this. Observe the last one. Probability of A dash intersection B dash is equals to probability of A union B the dash. Now, we need to understand this in the wording also. What we mean by probability of A dash intersection B dash? We are having two events, A and B. By A dash, I'm talking about not A event, not A. A is not occurring. B dash event B is not occurring, not B. So probably that event A is not occurring as well as and event B is not occurring. If we wish to find such probability where event A is not occurring and event B is not occurring, then we may deal with this if we are able to find probability of A or B, and then we will find its complement, because to find the probability of complement of any of them, and it will be very, very easy, we need to subtract it from 1. So if we are able to find P of A union B, that means probability of occurrence of event A or B, then we will able to find its complement, probability of its complementary event, and this will be literally equals to probability of A dash intersection B dash. Now, why this is true? Why both these are equal? For that, we just need to we just need to look on the De Morgan's proof, nothing else. So for that, I'm just taking you guys towards the set theory. I can prove both these are same using set theory. And let me take one of the Venn diagram for that. But before that, let me erase that. Yes, this is true, and I will be in need of that. Now observe about this. Observe this Venn diagrams. In first part, now first of all, let me divide this into two parts from here. Now this is part 1. This is part 2. Observe. In first Venn diagram, I've taken two sets A and B. The shaded region shows that the portion of A union B. So A union B is the portion in this diagram which is having shading. Okay. So this portion represents A union B. All this portion is jahan pe shading hai. Is it? Now, if I wish to find its complement, A union B complement, then I need to subtract this particular set from the universal set. So this rectangle boundary will act as our universal set. So I'm subtracting A union B from that, and now the shading will be outside of that. This portion, jahan pe the green side hai, that represents the A union B the complement. Now, observe what I had done in this particular part. I had make you visualize about A union B the complement. So this particular portion jahan pe shading hai, that represents A union B the complement. Okay. Now forget about part 1. Let's focus on the second part. What I need to find A dash intersection B dash. So for that, I'm going to find A dash. I'm going to show you B dash, the complement set of B, a complement set of A, then we will take its intersection. So in the second part, we are having the same set A and B. Now the shaded portion is A dash because it's outside of A. So jahan pe yellow shading hai, that particular part is representing A dash complement set of set A. In this figure, the blue color represents the complement set of set B. Yellow color represents complement set of set A. Blue color represents complement set of set B. So I'm good with A dash, B dash. Now we are going to take intersection. For the intersection, what we need to take? We need to find the common region in both these figures, A dash and B dash. तो आप आइडेंटिफाई कीजिए इन दोनों में ऐसा पार्ट कौन सा है जहाँ पे setting common है. That is just the outside, is it? This part, just the outside part. Yes, all these parts, all this part. So this last Venn diagram represents A dash intersection B dash. Now observe both these figures, this and this. The resultant figure of part 1 represents A union B the complement, and the resultant figure, resultant Venn diagram from the second part represents A dash intersection B dash. So one can clearly observe both these represents the same portion. That means what? Both these sets, A dash intersection B dash and A union B, the complement, both these sets are same sets. That means what? The probability of occurrence of both that event will be same. So that is what I had mentioned in this theorem. The probability of A dash intersection B dash is literally equals to probability of A union B the complement. Okay. And similarly, we can prove for the next part, this theorem, theorem 3, is this reflects second De Morgan's rule. Now for the first De Morgan's rule, I'm also having one of the result. It says something like that: probability of A dash union B dash is equals to probability of A intersection B the complement. And we can also prove that using Venn diagram. It is very, very easy for you guys to understand that. So we are just interested in both that statements. That event A union B complement is equals to A dash intersection B dash, and A dash A intersection B the complement is equals to A union B the complement. So whenever we are interested to find the probability of occurrence of event A or B or its complement, or events like not A and not B, then we will gonna take help of both these statements. Okay. So if you are having, okay, I'm showing you the next part. I'm giving you 1 minute. If you are able to get this or not, or agar koi doubt hai, then kindly unmute your mic and talk to me. And this portion, this proof, this is our first part, first and second figure, and this represents our second part, LHS. This both that diagrams represents our right hand side. This 3 Venn diagram represent left hand side. Okay, giving you 1 minute. If you're having any query, any doubt, then let me know. Okay, are we good? Hello. You may drop a message over the chat box if you're good with this. Nikita says yes, sir. Mansi says yes, sir. Good. So after this De Morgan's rule, let me take you for examples. This portion was a little bit boring, is it? So now let's go for some of the practical examples related to probability. Okay, before that, okay, yes, yet I'm pending with 2 principles, additional principle and multiplication principle. Let's go through it quickly. When we are supposed to add the probability of 2 events, if A and B are 2 mutually exclusive events, then probability of A union B will be probability of A plus probability of B. Why? I'm going to explain you with one of the example. But before that, let me brief this for you guys. If I'm having 2 events, both these are mutually exclusive events, and the number of favorable cases for event A is N1, number of favorable cases for event B is N2, then number of favorable cases for A union B will be number of A plus number of B, because A or B, if 2 events are mutually exclusive, then none of the portion will be common in the favorable cases part for event A and B. Then A for A or B, we need to add both that. In general, if we are dealing with more than 2 events, might be 3, 4 up to M, then number of variable events related to A1 union A2 union AM will be N1 plus N2 plus Nm. Now, I'm going to explain this principle with one of the examples, so don't worry about that. And one more multiplication principle. For that, we need to talk about independent event. If A and B are two independent events, then probability of A and B will be probability of A multiplied with probability of B. If our two events are independent, suppose I'm tossing a coin and throwing a die. Now both that events are totally independent from each other. Occurrence of one of the event is not gonna affect the second one, or occurrence of second event is not gonna affect the first one. In such a case, occurrence of both that events together, P of A and B, we need to multiply the probability of both that individually. And in general, if we are dealing with more than two events, A1, if my events are A1, A2, A3 up to AN, all are independent events, and we wish to find probability of occurrence of all that events together, then we need to multiply the probability of each and every event individually. Okay, so this is multiplication principle. Okay, Mansi, I'm having a doubt. Might be we had gone through one or two examples in last week. Is it? Yes or no? Instead of Mansi, I had assigned duty to Yasin, was not there. Anuj. Anuj Borich, are you there? Anuj? Okay. Riddhi.
No, sir.
Yes, sir.
Had we discussed some of the examples in previous session?
Yes, sir. We have discussed some
How
of
many?
it.
How many? How many? 1, 2, 3.
Two or three, sir.
Okay. Okay.
Three.
It's okay. Mute your mic, beta. There is a lots of disturbance from your side. It's not convenient to talk with you, beta. Let me choose one more person. Mano.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Yeah. मानो हमने कितने एग्जांपल डिस्कस किए थे लास्ट वीक पे?
3-4 सर.
3-4. ओके, देखिए ये वाला एग्जांपल हमने डिस्कस कर लिया है.
Yes.
Dice is thrown. What is the probability? At least 4 and at most 5. Is it now?
Yes.
Okay. And unbiased coin is tossed for 3 times. Find the probability of exactly 2 heads.
हो गया.
ठीक है, ये हो गया था. Now I think so we are pending from this one. Is it?
नहीं सर, ये भी हो गया.
I don't think so. We'd gone for this.
नहीं सर, हो गया.
Okay. Okay. Mute your mic. If we are done with this also, then let me proceed further. I'm sure we're not going for this. Now, this will be today's first example. A bag contains 8 white balls, 4 red balls. That means in a bag we are having 12 balls. Now, what we are supposed to do? We are supposed to choose 5 balls at a random. Among that 5 balls, we are finding a probability that two of them are white and 3 are red. Among that selected 5 balls, we need 2 balls white and 3 balls which are red. And in a bag, we are having total 12 balls. Among them, 8 balls is of white color, 4 balls are of red color. Let me help you. थोड़ा सा इसको explain ज़्यादा कर दूं अगर will help you. Suppose this is a bag. It doesn't look like bag. Now it looks like bag. Yes. In this bag, we are having 8 white balls. Yes. So these 8 are white balls, and we are having 4 red balls. So these 4 are red balls. And what we are supposed to do, we are choosing 5 balls among them. These 4 are red, this 8 are white, this is 4. So in a bag, we are having total 12 balls. Now among that 12 balls, we are choosing 5 balls at a random. Okay, take care about replacement. If there is any confusion regarding to the replacement in your mind, then let me make it clear. We are choosing 5 balls at a time. We are not gonna replace any of them. Is it? ऐसी बात नहीं है कि पहला ball choose किया, observe किया, फिर वापस bag में रख दिया. ऐसा नहीं करना है. What we are doing, we are choosing 5 ball. We are drawing 5 ball at a time, and then we are observing. That observation is our event, and we are finding the probability that that selection contains 2 white ball and 3 red. Okay, so as per our definition of probability, it is very, very simple. Definition of any event, definition of probability says that probability of any event is very, very simple. M divided by N. That is, in the numerator, we need to take care about the favorable cases. In the denominator, we need to take care about the total cases. So, if a bag contains 12 ball and we are drawing 5 from them, then how many different ways are there to choosing 5 balls from 12? Do we need any further mathematical term, any further statistical term for this? Or we are good to go? क्या कोई और mathematical term की requirement है हमें कि नहीं है? How we will choose 5 balls from that 12 balls? How many different possibilities will be there? So, yes, Yasin, Mohammed, will you help me for this? How to choose 5 balls out of that 12? How many different ways we can do that? Might be Mohammed is not there. Girish Purohit. If you are replying in chat box, then I need to go over there. Yes. Okay, Tushar is there. Tushar, unmute your mic and talk to me. Tushar. I have network issue, sir. Okay, Tushar. Dipen, are you there? Dipen. Okay, Yasraj Singh is here. Jadeja.
Yes, sir.
Yes. बापू
Sir,
क्या लोगो तो तुम?
कॉम्बिनेशन
Yes.
लगेगा सर इसमें?
Yes.
सर 8C2 into 4C3. White
Okay, what is the 8C2? What is the 8C2?
सर 8 white balls में से 2 white balls की 2
Good.
white balls
That means to deal with this example, we need the concept of combination, is it?
Yes, sir.
So, stay tuned. फिर से मैं आपके पास आ रहा हूँ जाडेजा 2 minutes.
Okay.
Let S be the sample space related to this event. Now, for the sample space, what we need to generate, we need to find all the possible ways that we can choose 5 balls out of that 12. Is it? Let me define my event. Labeling event A is getting 2 white and 3 red balls. That is what we are finding. That is for which we are finding the probability. So event A is getting that 5 balls, required 5 balls. Now we need one of the recall that about combination, number of possible ways choosing R balls from N balls. We'd learn one of the chapter in 12, that is combination, permutation and combination, in which there was a concept regarding to selection of some of the items. By that particular notation, NCR, or the notation was like that, NCR, or one more notation was there. You are familiar with this. All these three notations are totally same. It is about choosing R items from N items. Okay. So NCR, if we want to choose R items among that N items. Okay, now N and R, let me take one of the example. If I'm forming a committee of 2 members among this 25, among this lab A, if I need to choose 2 person from this 24 students, then in how many different way I can do that? If I wish to find such combinations, such number of combination, then this formula is helpful for us. And that formula was n factorial divided by r factorial into n minus r factorial. Now here we need to take care about some of the things while I'm denoting this NCR. It is very, very important to note that if we're going to compare n and r, then n will be greater equals to r. ज़्यादा से ज़्यादा r जो है n के जितना हो सकता है, but it is not possible that r is having a greater value than n, because it is totally meaningless if I am talking about 10 to 15. By that, what I'm doing, I'm choosing 15 items from 10, which is totally impossible, is it? So in such a case, that r will be maximum equals to n. We can choose 10 items from 10. It is quite possible. We can choose 9 items from 10. We can choose 2 items from 10. It's totally okay. But r की value कभी n से ज़्यादा नहीं हो सकती. ज़्यादा से ज़्यादा दोनों same हो सकते हैं, is it? And we know that NCN is always 1. 10 लोग में से 10 लोग अगर चूज करने हैं तो वो एक ही तरीके से हो सकते हैं. So we are in need of this concept combination because we need to choose 5 balls from that 12. So that combination will give us a sample space for this particular example. So our sample space will contain in our bag we are having 12 ball and we are choosing 5 balls at a random. So our sample space will have NCR instead of in this particular formula. N is total ball, that is 12 right now, and we are choosing 5. So we need 12C5 for our total sample space regarding to this event. So let me take it for that. Number of as the number of ways drawing any 5 balls, it will be C12 that means 12C5, and as per the formula it will be 12 factorial divided by 5 factorial, 12 minus 5 factorial. And now we are not worried about this calculation because a scientific calci is having that particular function inbuilt. आपके पास वो inbuilt function है calci में, so we are good with that. We can use that particular, we can quickly calculate 12C5, it will be 792. Then we are in need of favorable events now. What is in favor of event A? For event A, we need 2 white balls and 3 red balls. Now we are having 8 white balls, 4 red balls. Now that 5 balls which we are going to select, that 5 ball must contain 2 balls from this portion. That means we need to have 2 white balls among this 8. So यहाँ से 2 white balls आनी चाहिए, and 3 must be selected from this part. So 2 must be selected from this 8. That means 8C2. 3 must be selected from this part. That means 4C3. Now let's take how I'm dealing with that. The number of ways of drawing 2 white ball, it will be 8C2. The number of ways drawing 3 red balls will be 4C3. So number of way of drawing 2 white balls and 3 red balls, that means happening of our event A, will be 8C2 into 4C3. Now look, observe, I had multiplied both that. I had multiplied 8C2 into 4C3. Wait. which is very, very important in this particular example. I cannot add both this because what I need 2 white ball and 3 red balls. Is it? Whenever the word and is there, and, then we will deal with the multiplication, and whenever the word or will be there, or and जो है वो lead करेगा हमको multiplication तक and will lead us towards sorry and जो है that is associated with multiplication, and the word or is associated will be union, will be addition, sorry. So why such things are happening, we're gonna explain now. First of all, 8C2, 4C3, it will be very, very easy to identify using Kelsey, and product of both that gives us 112. Now as per the formula, number of variable cases will be 112. So 112 will be divided with the total cases, that is 792. So that fraction 112 divided by 792 will be the answer for our probability of that event A. So by that way, we can solve this particular question. If there is any doubt, then I'm here. अगर किसी को इसमें कोई डाउट है तो हूँ मैं, और I will provide a time in between जब हम बात करेंगे. Yes, please. कोई बोला? Who was that?
हाँ सर, वो क्या फिर आप फिर से एक बार वो एन और का फिर से समझा सकते हैं?
Yes. Observe that what we are finding right now, we need 2 white balls and 3 red balls. Is it? 2 white balls and 3 red balls. In that particular sentence, the word which is associated, that is and. Is it? जब कभी
Yes,
भी
sir.
and आ रहा है,
हाँ
as I said, that and will lead us towards multiplication. And if the instruction is like that, or 2 white ball or 3 red ball like that, then we will use addition. Why? How? For that we need one more example कि जहाँ पे मैं और का use कर रहा हूँ.
हाँ
Then you will distinguish both that events easily कि क्यों हम multiply कर रहे हैं, क्यों हम add कर रहे हैं. ठीक है? So wait for that. Just wait for 1 or 2 example. Yes.
ठीक है सर. ओके, थैंक यू.
Good. Now, one more question. Example 5. 2 dice are thrown simultaneously. Find the probability of getting total of 7. First. Second question, an even total. And third, an odd total. Now observe, I am rolling 2 dice at a time. मेरे हाथ में दो पासे हैं. I'm rolling both the dice at a time. And we need the probability of 3 different events. First, we need the probability that total of 7. दोनों के ऊपर जो भी outcome है, उन दोनों का addition 7 होना चाहिए. That is our first case. For the second, we need an even total. That means total might be 2, 4, 6, like that. And third case, total must be odd. Is it? Now, first of all, if I'm rolling 2 dice together, then sample space will contain total 36 outcomes, as we discussed in our previous session. If I'm rolling 2 dice, then sample space will contain ordered pair like that. It's quite possible that both that dice are having output 1, 1, 1, 2, 1, 3, 1, 4, 1, 5, 1, 6, 1, 6, 1, 7, 1, 8, 1, 9, 1, 10, 1, 11, 1, 12, 1, 13. Hello, am I good? Audible? Hello. Are we good with that or not? Is it possible that 1, 7 will be one of the outcome, 1, 8 will be other outcome? Is it okay? I'm rolling 2 dice at a time. Is it possible that I get 1, 7, 1, 8? Hello.
No, sir.
No. Nikita. Is it no? It's not possible. So after 1, 6, it might be 2, 1, 2, 3, 2, 4, and last entry will be 6, 6. Is it? So this will be all possible outcomes: 1, 1, 1, 2, 1, 3, 1, 4, 1, 5, 1, 6. Then after 2, 1, 2, 2, 2, 3, 2, 4, 2, 5, 2, 6, 6, 1, 6, 2, up to 6 possible 36 possible outcomes while I'm rolling 2 dice. Now, among them, let's discuss about the first case. Now, first of all, I need to label my event. Event A getting a total of 7. Now, if event A is getting total of 7, then probability of event A need फेवरेबल केसेस एंड टोटल केसेस. अब देखिए फेवरेबल केसेस कितने होंगे कि जहां पे टोटल 7 होगा. इन द फ्रॉम द फर्स्ट रो द फेवरेबल केसेस जहां पे टोटल 7 हो रहा है दैट विल बी 1,6. फ्रॉम द सेकंड इट विल बी 2,5 जहां पे टोटल 7 होगा. देन फ्रॉम द थर्ड 3,4, then 4,3, then 5,2 and 6,1. Is it? These are all only the favorable cases regarding to that event. कितने हैं देखिए 1 2 3 4 5 6. So favorable cases will be 6, total cases 36. So probability क्या होनी चाहिए 1/6. Now the way you are supposed to represent in the examination, कैसे represent करना है? अब ऐसे नहीं लिख सकते एग्जाम में. You cannot represent like that. Is it? You need to label the event. You need to go through the proper notations. कैसे करना है? Let me show you. First of all, let me erase this from the slide. Can we do that? So yes. Let S be the sample space. We need to label that event. A is event getting total of 7 from 2 dice. B is an event of getting an even total. We had just discussed about the case 1, example 1. Right now I am labeling all that events together, A, B, and C. A for getting total 7, B for getting an even total, and C for getting an odd total from 2 dice. Now this should be there in your presentation while you are writing this question in the examination. Okay, and in a sample space that will be total 36 ordered pair. It is not compulsory that you need to write down all the sample space. ऐसा जरूरी नहीं कि हर बार आपको sample space लिखना ही है. Is it? अगर वो छोटा है then you can, if that sample space contains lots of numbers, lots of ordered pairs, or lots of elements, that is not compulsory that you need to write it down each and every time. It's totally fine. A sample space contains 36 elements. Now let's go for the probability of event A. For event A, the favorable cases will be 1 6 2 5 3 4 4 3 5 2 6 1, as we just discussed in our previous slide. Yes, these are the favorable cases for event A, and number of A will be 6, and according to the definition, P of A favorable divided by total outcome, it will be 1/6. Now, this is regarding to event A. Now, the second question says that find the probability that we get an even total. So first of all, this is question for you guys. First of all, you are going to identify all such ordered pair कि जिसका total even होगा. Identify that number of ordered pair for which sum is even number, then divide it by the total number of outcomes, which is 36, and give me the answer. I'm waiting for just 1 minute. I'm just giving you 1 minute. You need to identify all such ordered pair के जिसका total जो है वो even होगा. जल्दी से. You may reply over the chat box also, or you may unmute your mic and talk to me. Am I audible to all of you? Dipen, am I audible? Dipen Korodia. Dipen Korodia, are you there? Dipen. Am I audible? Dipen, unmute your mic and talk to me.
Yes, sir.
Okay. What is the question? कौन सा question हम discuss कर रहे हैं बेटा?
Second, sir.
Okay. And according to you, what should be the answer?
Sir, I am calculating. Sir.
Okay. How many ordered pair will be there? Yes, Devans is saying first 1 by 6, second 1 by 2, correct. Devans is, yes, all of you are correct. There will be 18 ordered pair in favor of that even case, even total. Yes, so 18 divided by 36 will be 1/2. Yes, let me take you for that. Okay, now observe. For favorable cases of and B, I had not listed out all that favorable cases, is it? Because that sample space related regarding to B will contain 18 ordered pair. It is not compulsory that you need to list out all that, but in that way you can represent. That is quite okay. Number of cases in favor of B will be 18. So probability of event B will be 18 by 36. That means 0.5. And now observe the presentation for the C. Probability of C, what I had written. Probability of C is equals to probability of B dash. That means complement event of event B. And it is 1 minus P of B. It is 1 minus 0.5. It is 0.5. Instead of writing this, we may also find probability of C in traditional way, that probability of event C, we can find its variable cases for the odd total कौन से आएंगे, जो यहाँ पे नहीं प्रेजेंट वो सारे आएंगे, जैसे कि 1 2 1 4 1 2 1 4 like that. Then after 2 1 2 3 2 5, all that will be in favor of odd total. So we can list out like that: C equals to all that ordered pair whose total is odd, then number of C will be 18 once again, and probability of C is 18 by 36. But if you can observe then second and third, both that are complementary event. If your total is even, then it will be not odd, and if you are getting odd total, then it is not even. So getting an even total and getting an odd total, both these are complement event of each other. So if we are having a probability of event B, then surely by subtracting it from 1, we will have probability of event C. So 1 by 6, 1/2 is the answer for this. Now let's move for one more example, example 6. Now I'm giving you the solution right now, whole solution, and expecting that one of you will explain this behalf of me. I'm giving you proper time. This is a question number 6, followed by its solution, and I will choose randomly any of you from the audience. He or she will explain this behalf of me. So giving you the proper time. Take your time. I'm giving you 3 minutes. Okay, so Rohan, will you explain this for me? Rohan, unmute your mic, beta, and let's have a discussion regarding to that example number 6. Rohan, are you there? Okay, listen, this is an instruction for all of you. If when I'm calling you guys and you are not present in the session, that means I will not able to give you attendance at a time. At least you need to be in condition that you should reply over the chat box. If you are not doing that, then I will not able to give you the attendance. Take care for that. So Rohan, are you there? Rohan. Then kindly unmute your mic and talk to me. Now you're gonna explain this example. Rohan, unmute your mic and talk to me, beta. Okay, I'm waiting for you. You replied yes, sir. Okay, how many of you are facing network issue right now? If there is a network issue, then Rohan, I should not be audible to you. Is it? This is not acceptable. Okay, do one thing after this session. You're gonna call me personally. Okay, we'll have a talk. Rohan. Okay. Let me choose one more person. Yes, Jadeja. You had unmute mic.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Sir, question में कहा है
Yes,
A
please.
and B are mutually exclusive.
Okay, good. A and B are mutually exclusive.
सर तो A intersection B phi होगा.
Null set yoga.
Null set होगा.
Yes.
तो सर
perfect.
second part का आंसर हो गया phi.
Yes, correct.
यानी कि 0.
नहीं, second part
Probability-
का आंसर होगा 0. Yes, probability will be 0. Yes, good.
हाँ सर, तो और हमें probability of A दे रखी है 0.3.
Yes.
तो इससे probability of A बाहर निकल जाएगा, यानी कि फर्स्ट पार्ट का आंसर निकल जाएगा, वो होगी 1 minus 0.3 यानी कि
Correct.
0.7.
Correct.
probability of B दे रखी है,
Yes.
तो हम जानते हैं कि probability of A union B equals to probability of A plus probability of B plus probability of
minus
हाँ A
probability of
intersection B,
intersection B. अब A intersection
और
B तो
A
0 है.
intersection B 0 है, तो
Correct.
पूरे probability of A union B हो जाएगी 0.3 plus 0.45 यानी कि 0.75.
Correct. Correct. Exactly correct.
हाँ सर, और जो लास्ट पार्ट है वो है probability of A बार इंटरसेक्शन B बार, तो डी मॉर्गन लॉ से सर ये हो जाएगा 1 minus probability of A union B.
Yes, as we discussed that A dash intersection B dash is literally equals to A union B the complement, is it? ये दोनों event जो है वो same है. If now we are having probability of A union B, probability of A union B हमारे पास है, that is 0.75. तो probability of A union B dash क्या होगा? That will be 1 minus 0.75, that means 0.25. Now this will be literally equals to probability of A dash intersection B dash. Am I clear to you, beta? Jadeja? Hello?
Yes, sir. Yes,
Good.
sir.
Am I clear to rest of the audience? Am I clear to rest of the audience? You are supposed to drop a message over the chat box. Mohammed is saying yes. Nikita, Manav, Pathik, Mansi, Anuj, Nikita, Dipen, Yashang, Devansh. Is it? Tushar Sina. Tushar, are you there? Unmute your mic, beta, and talk to me.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Am I clear with the previous example? Is it? Are you clear with this?
Last question, sir. Yes,
इसमें
sir.
कोई doubt है? इसमें
No,
कोई
sir.
doubt है? No.
Okay.
Okay. In example 5, is there any doubt or we are good with that?
I'm good with that.
Okay, good. So hopefully you guys are good with the basic examples related to probability. Now, what we will do today, after this, instead of going for the conditional probability, now let me share some of the questions with you and we'll give you appropriate time right now. Wait. I'm sharing one other document with all of you. Wait for that. Exercise. Just a minute. Now, hopefully my screen is visible to all of you, and this is one of the small exercise which you need to go through. All of you need to go through. This exercise carries the 3 questions only. Quite similar question, which questions are quite similar, which we had already gone through today's session. So 3 questions. One of the question related to bag and ball. Second question is related to throwing a die, and third question we are selecting some of the person, and we are talking about its birthday. So right now it's 11:05, and I'm giving you at least 15 minutes, 5 minutes for each question. You guys will go through this particular each and every question. We'll pick random 3 or 5 students from the audience, and will in need of that particular description also कि आपने कैसे किया है. I had already explained how you guys are supposed to write down in the examination. कैसे present करना है वो भी मैंने बताया. Before going in the examination, your presentation must be good. कैसे करना है? Let me give you one more demo for that also, ताकि आपको पता चले. Yes. Observe this example number 5. When I had started this example, first of all, I had gone for the sample space, then I had labeled my event A, B, and C, for which I am finding a probability. Then I deal with the individual question first, second, and third. So by that way, you are supposed to deal with these 3 questions. So I'm giving you proper time. 15 minutes will be there for you guys. You guys will solve this, and in between, if you're having any issue, then you will drop. If you need a help of mine, then you will drop a message over the chat box. I will be there. Till then, my mic will be mute, so there is no disturbance from my side. Okay. Your time starts. Okay, take care. In the second question, I'm talking about in a single throw of pair of a dice. Okay, yeah, it should be pair of a dice. So read this particular as pair of a dice.